Everything you need to create a comfortable home living environment and create a comfortable space for entertaining. The best incense burners in the world, home fragrance products, and health and beauty products, go to ashkickin.com.
Oh, so the one you just started ain't gonna be.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Hey yo, check this out. This is Flavor Flav, and if you want the whole truth and nothing but the whole truth, so help the whole truth. Hey yo, you better listen to Dante, baby. Dante!
What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another great edition of the Dante's Boxing Nation show. Y'all already know what it is. I'm your host, Dante. I got my co-host in the building, my man Milton. What's going on, Milt?
What it do, baby? Ain't no love, ain't no love.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love for some people. We gonna talk about all of that. Let me first go ahead and introduce. We got champs in the building tonight, man. So let me introduce the only American that's holding it down and beasting at the super flyweight division. The international IBO champion and intercontinental champion, my man Dwayne Beaman is in the building. What's going on, Dwayne?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me, man. For real.
All day.
Pleasure.
All day. And we got another special guest, man. Y'all gonna love this. We got my man representing the Bay Area. Y'all already know who he is. My man Boxing Ego is in the studio. What's going on, Boxing Ego?
What's good, man? I'm happy to be out here. Ain't no love in Sin City. And we having a good week, fight week.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
get it.
Okay. And guys, just, I know y'all noticing, y'all gonna see my man Boxing Ego a little invisible because he got a little green on his shirt, with the green screen. So we getting it in, anyway.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, hey, man, we got a whole lot to talk about, man. A whole lot to talk about. Kirk Jackson is on the line. He's a former fighter, and he writes for BoxingInsider.com. And we probably gonna have AK. He may call in later on, and you guys see the number on the screen, man, so you guys can call in. Shouts out to ashkickin.com. Gotta show them love, man, because once again they sponsor Dante's Boxing Nation, so it's all love, man. Go to that website, man. They got a whole lot of dope stuff on the website, so go ahead and check them out, guys. All right. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I think y'all, we should go ahead and just jump right into the main event.
Let's get in it, man. Let's get in it.
Dwayne.
Yes, sir.
Now you told me, you pretty much called it. We had
my props.
We had that's why I'm starting with you. We had the conversation.
Yep.
We had the conversation. And you, matter of fact, go ahead and elaborate, reiterate,
man,
let them know exactly what you said.
So basically, I was answered by a bunch of people. A bunch of boxers, a bunch of media, and they asked me my opinion on it. And I told them exactly what's going to happen. I said Canelo is going to win the early rounds because he's quicker. He's sharper, quicker, and he caught Canelo with some good shots. He caught Triple G with some good shots, but Canelo phased, man. He phased, man. And once I started seeing him being on his bicycle, he don't know how to move at angles. He was going straight back sometimes, but he was still doing a good enough job not to get stopped, but he was fighting on the defense. So, and I knew that was going to happen. And Triple G didn't let up. He kept going.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Boxing Ego, we covered the fight last night. And, you got to watch it a second time. I still haven't watched it.
No,
I got there.
I only watched it once, too.
Oh, you only watched it once, too?
Oh,
Okay. So go ahead and now, just since, you had a day to think about it and everything, reassess the situation. I mean, how did you see it now? Now, just thinking about it the next day.
Now, first of all, I think it's unfortunate. I want to say shout out to the Warriors because a lot of times with the 118s and 110, people tend to overshadow the actual fight.
Right.
So I'm glad we're getting the fight.
True.
That's true.
That's first and foremost. But I had Triple G winning from the eye test. The action in the middle rounds were getting real good, so I stopped scoring totally, and I gave it to Triple G. But I started thinking back into the fight. It's closer than what people thought based on some different things that I've seen. 118, 110, that's out the window. That's just terrible.
Yeah. But you still have Golovkin winning the fight, though.
Yeah, but I got to go back and watch some of those rounds. I gave Canelo the first 3 rounds. The 12th round, 11 was real close, and
Yeah.
some of those middle rounds. So I got to dice it up. You know, when you cover fights and the energy, the crowds, different things like that. So I had Golovkin winning because his game plan was more his style, consistent. He did what he always does.
Yeah.
Walks through fire to get his shots off. Canelo, he introduced different things that we don't really see from him, like the lateral movement, getting on the bicycle.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like my man's saying, he faded because he's not used to that.
He's not used to that.
That pressure, man. I think he faded. I
Well,
think
that too, yeah.
That pressure Triple G constantly had on him.
And the pressure with the jab,
With
though.
that jab.
It wasn't
just walking.
It wasn't just dumb pressure.
Everywhere he was going, Triple G was right there to meet him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
cussed that ring off, man. I'm telling you.
And you got to give credit to Triple G for keeping that jab going, because
Pumping it.
you got to remember he was getting counter in the first 3-4 rounds. You know, he was getting counter from it, but he didn't
stuck
stop
with
it.
it.
He
He
said,
stuck with
I'm gonna keep sticking my jab out there
Yep.
because I know Triple G gonna fade. Like he knew, like everybody else, like real boxers knew Canelo was gonna fade, man.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna fade.
Yeah.
One thing I think Canelo did a little too much was he languished on the ropes a little bit too much. I thought he should have took it to the center of the ring and really had the Mexican style. That's what everyone talks about, the Mexican style. Have that phone booth, because I think Canelo's sharper on the inside. But it was like he was trying to show.
But I had to
tricks.
disagree. I got to disagree. The
I
reason why
I
he
look at you.
I think the main reason why he was on the ropes like that, because he was catching his wind. He was
Yes.
And the
he
pressure.
Was, he was,
Yes.
yeah,
And
it was
the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't do that, if he didn't take those little breaks, he would have probably got stopped.
Yeah.
But
He
also
couldn't-
Triple G, you got to downplay. Triple G is too like. I lost a little respect for his intelligence, because Triple G should have been going to the body.
Yeah, he didn't go to the
Well,
body.
You know
What's
what?
up with
I'll
that?
tell you that.
He
I'll
was-
tell you the
he was
reason why.
He didn't want to commit.
And
he was
he-
afraid to get
I
caught
will
with
tell
a
you, that's
counter.
true.
There you go.
It's a
If
counter.
you get when people who go to the body, and you are a phenomenal body puncher,
Thank you.
Dwayne.
Thank you.
Hey, if y'all haven't seen this man, go to YouTube, check out his fights.
Oh,
man.
well, we're about to play the clips in a minute. We
me tell
got
you.
the highlights. You guys going to see
Oh,
what
yeah,
my
yeah.
man Dwayne is all about in
Let
a
me
minute,
tell
man.
you, almost all his knockouts about it from the body.
Yeah.
And in order to go to the body, you gotta be you gotta just throw caution to the wind.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
because
that
the
is
thing
true.
is dipping, going over there to
That's
that
what I
body.
was
He
talking
opens
about.
himself
Absolutely.
up for a Canelo right hand.
And Golovkin is a safety first fighter.
He
People
is.
don't realize that.
This is one
he
thing-
outboxed Canelo.
I
He didn't
told
really
y'all,
just-
man, listen. And I told y'all last week, the man's boxing prowess is highly underestimated. I think that last night he kind of showed everybody, hey man, I can box. It ain't flashy. It ain't no Floyd Mayweather. It's not as slick as Canelo was, but the man knows how to throw the stick out there. He knows how to move behind it. He knows how to cut the ring off.
Absolutely.
What did I tell y'all last week? I said I thought he was going to win because what he does exceptionally well.
Yeah.
He is not. He knows what he can do well, and the stuff that he can do well, he doesn't try to do it.
No.
He's not out there trying to give you no dazzling footwork or no rolling punches. And hey, man, I'm gonna be here. Or you gonna be here because I'm gonna be right here in your chest.
Absolutely.
And last night he 8 shots, man. I told everybody, I really and truly think he has the best chin in boxing right now.
I wouldn't go that far.
I
Mo.
do, man.
Listen,
I
let me
do.
just say this about his chin, though. We also have to remember, Golovkin is getting caught with shots in spurts, though. It wasn't like on some Margarito where he was getting caught with shots back to back. I mean, he got caught with shots every once in a while. I mean, now if I see him get caught consistently with good shots, then I'll say, he
no.
has a good chin. But the
Them
thing is,
shots that Canelo hit
they
him with.
came every once in a blue moon, though.
Yeah,
and
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 Plus-
the other thing is Canelo, he came up in weight. He wasn't really tested versus Chavez Jr. at the 160,
Yeah.
1.5.
No
He
test.
That was
a dead-
another reason why I picked
He was
Triple
a dead
G.
man, and then fighting Golovkin was his first real test at 160.
Let me tell you, that was another factor in me picking Triple G, was because Canelo, up to that point, had not been tested by a true middleweight. I thought he probably should have beaten.
That's true.
He
That's true.
probably should have taken
He was used to
Lemieux.
fighting smaller fighters.
He's used to fighting smaller fighters. And I tell you, there was a point in the third or fourth round where Triple G hit him with a shot, and it wasn't a full clean shot. He hit him with a shot and got his attention. And from that point on, he kind of got on the bicycle a little bit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
It made him think about it. It was close to the end of the round, and he got out of the round. I don't think he was close to going down, but it got his attention.
absolutely. Let's bring Kirk in real quick. And
I'm sorry, Kirk.
And guys, I see the phone lines filling up. We're gonna take a call in a minute. We're gonna talk to Dwayne and let you guys know what he got lined up,
Yes.
and let you see some of his work. Because if pictures say 1,000 words, videos say 1,000,000, and we're gonna show y'all some good highlights of my man Dwayne in a minute. But Kirk, man, how did you have the fight scored, and what do you think about what we're talking about right now in terms of Golovkin's chin and all of this stuff? Canelo constantly backing up. What's your take on this, man?
I had a chance to watch the fight twice. So,
Okay.
I'm very fortunate in that event. The first time I watched the fight, I scored it a draw. The second time, I actually favor Canelo, and
Interesting.
but I can see it 75 for either guy or scored a draw. So I have no problem with the decision with what happened. I think that people when they're watching the fight, and I think it's also a testament to HBO and their commentary team, they project a certain narrative instead of educating the viewer on what they're watching. And I think Roy Jones did a good job, but Max Kellerman, Harold Letterman, and of course Jim Lampley were terrible because they're trying to project a certain story on the fight as to actually what's happening.
I will say this though, Kurt.
Canelo,
Hey, Kurt. One thing though with Max was saying that, hey, I'm not certain if those. Because every time Harold Letterman put his card up, he was like, "I'm not sure if those rounds couldn't go the other way for Canelo." He was kind of being somewhere in the middle. But Jim and Harold, yeah, you can tell that they were completely on the Triple G side.
Yeah.
I will say that. Even though I had picked Triple G, I thought they were a little bit too over.
Max tried.
He tried.
Max tried, but
Yeah.
Max, he does something.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Like with each fighter, when you're watching the fight, you got to see which definitive round did each fighter have, because there's debatable rounds. Like round 10, round 12 were debatable for me.
Those were close
kinda
rounds.
just
I personally thought, Kirk, that the Canelo, he came out, looked real good in the 11th round. He tried to go toe to toe, but after he went toe to toe, Golovkin went right back to backing him up, which surprised me.
Right back to backing him up.
And to me, it's crazy when I think about the fact this is at least what I seen, Dwayne.
Yeah.
But it looked to me like Kell Brook backed up Golovkin more than Canelo did.
Yeah. And
I mean,
and I'm sorry, and like I understand what Kurt was saying about debatable rounds, but to me, a debatable round is not debatable if one fighter fight 30 seconds of it or 45 seconds of it, and the rest of the time go to the other fighter.
Right.
That's not debatable to me.
Right. And that's exactly what I saw Canelo doing.
And
A
I
lot
saw
of
that
we're
a
going to take a
lot.
call in a
Yeah.
minute, guys. Once again, for everybody just tuning in, my man Dwayne Beaman.
Yes.
He is the IBO Intercontinental and International Champion, super flyweight, man. Coming for the matter of fact, go ahead and roll. Let's put this B-roll footage. And okay, so here we go. Let's get it up so they can see what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys see it on the screen while we talking to my man Dwayne Beaman. Let them know, man, how you came up, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Now you a champion. Where are you from, and what you got lined up?
Well, yeah. When I started when I started boxing, I started late because I went to college. My parents pushed me into that. Like, they didn't want me to do boxing, but boxing was my love. So, but when I finally got to do boxing, I went 48-2 as an amateur, and then after that, I took matters in my own hand. I didn't sign with nobody right away. I went into promoting myself and putting myself out there, doing my own shows, managing myself, matchmaking my own self. Like, I was doing it all. And now, and I was very successful, and I went for the big fish. Like, I went for the best fighters I can get. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to build, because, it's so much talk about North Carolina boxing, because it's like, oh, that's just a place for you to build up your fighters and stuff like that. But I wanted to change that. I didn't like what Teddy Atlas said about us. He just said, look, just go down there in North Carolina, come back 10-0. Like, I didn't like that. And I was like, I'm going to prove him wrong, and I'm going to prove all these other people wrong.
Look at them body shots.
I'm going to be a champion. I'm going to be a world champion, and I want to gain weight. I wanted to be a bigger weight, I'll be honest with you, but fans, I just can't get that high weight, so I got to fight where I can fight at. And I wonder, and it's a lot of hype, and I love what Roman Gonzalez did for the super flyweights. He put us on the map, and I just want to show him that I'm better than him and better than all the super flyweights out there right now.
And once again, man, and guys, I promise you, we're gonna take a call. We got a lot of people waiting right now, but let me just ask Dwayne, since you around that, you're in that division. So what did you think about Roman Gonzalez getting knocked out? And Noe. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, don't take this the wrong way, but I thought Noe looked good as hell, man.
Man, he was. I'll be honest with you. He fought Antonio Nieves, and nothing against Antonio, but I try to get that fight with him. The Hispanic fighters, I love their style. Like, come on to it, and I'm gonna give it to you. The Monster, his style fits me too. He tried to do defense and moving, but he don't pick his hands up enough for me. So I mean, all these fights are great for me, for my style. I'll be honest with you, all of them.
Okay.
Man, nice, man. Well, once again, for everybody just tuning in, we got the IBO Super Flyweight Champion, the Intercontinental Champion. My man Dwayne Beaman is in the building. We're gonna take some calls. I see we having a little bit of stream issues right now, and all of a sudden I think YouTube is tripping on us. But we're gonna go ahead and take a call, man. We appreciate you guys waiting on hold. So let's go ahead and take a call real quick. Open up the phone lines. We're going to call you guys out by your area code. So we got 334. What's going on, man? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Dante? This is Anthony from Alabama.
Okay, Alabama in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's good? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I used to always think when it came down to the Triple G fight, like you was gonna be like real biased for Canelo. Like I always say, it's called him and say, you just real hard on Triple G bias. I really feel like you was real honest and straightforward with it. So I had to get a lot of credit.
What did
I saw real bad when it came down to you.
He called him out.
Because that's not what you. Yeah, because that's not what you think now, right? Because it ain't nothing I said that didn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the truth hurts.
You gave him a fair chance. Because I just like a lot of Canelo fans, they real delusional when it comes down to how they feel about their own fights. And I'm real straight up on how I feel about, me and mine. But I feel like you gave it a fair chance with everything and with the complete outlook. So I was definitely, happy about that. And I thought the fight was a real great fight. I always thought Golden Boy was just, I ain't trying to Oscar De La Hoya to talk. It's just, the truth just ain't even in him. He can just make up stuff and just
let me tell you,
the stratosphere of Never Land. I mean, he'll just lie, bald-faced lie. Oh, I would never do the Conor McGregor thing. But then you had, known times when you was talking about Conor McGregor and Canelo. Like, he does stuff like that. If you look at on his history, I remember Ego even said one time, he was like, look back on the Lara fight, look back on the Mayweather fight, and I look on this, it's always one judge that has a crazy scorecard that's not even in the, not like that's even reasonable. And that's just a history of his big fights. Like now, and I even said this, I said he'll wait till he get old. I don't think it's going to be no 3 months, 6 months from now, it'll be a rematch. He'll wait. Give it another year. He'll just wait. And I really love what Telly Atlas said. It was like real 100.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Teddy went in.
And add what he just said, he's right. He's correct. Like, Canelo got options. I think we forgetting that. Canelo don't got to jump into a rematch. He got options. Yeah. You know what I mean? He got options. He can go fight somebody. Triple G needs a Canelo fight.
Yeah, he do because, it's for the money. And then we went to what Telly was saying, Telly Atlas was saying from a standpoint, Canelo is the money. Like, Mayweather's gone. Adrian Broner, he's on, he falling apart, so it's not really like somebody really there. Outside of Canelo is really big with the money. Even though Errol Spence is a good fighter, I don't know if they think the numbers is right there right now. So Canelo's really needed pushed in Vegas. So you got to start looking into why is always some nonsense right there. Even now, the Cotto accident. Cotto got a belt out fighting nobody. He sat on the shelf for 2 years and got a title shot with somebody that wasn't even in the weight division. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of politics. It's still there. They just need to just move out the way.
My thing is this with the scorecards is how come it never reflects the fight we seen? It's way off. How can you score 10 rounds to 2?
Have y'all go back? Well, I know somebody say most y'all haven't rewatched it again. If you rewatch the fight and look at her scorecard, her scorecard was so outrageous. It wasn't even, she was even the rounds that could have been close. Those weren't even the rounds even given. She even gave one round that I was bad. It was clearly for Canelo, and she's like, "Oh, Triple G won it," because it was so outrageous. It wasn't even like reasonable.
She had her mind made up before the fight.
But that's why.
started,
That's
man.
why I didn't speak on. That's why I didn't speak on the judges either, because I was telling everybody that, yo, I'm sorry, you know, a judge is in the pocket. Because let's be honest. Look at the score with Laura. Look at the score with Mayweather. Look at, you know, like there's a judge in the pocket every time Canelo fights, and I hate it because it make you not like Canelo.
Yeah, and
I'm saying, why can't it be like 115, 113?
Yeah,
as 117, 111.
Yeah, because they
and like Teddy Atlas said, no one is held accountable. No one is punished for it.
He can still be in the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right, bro.
Like they did that for like, okay, if he gets knocked down, well, he'll still he would have won.
Exactly.
The fight, he knocked him down twice.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Hey man, but I gotta get to another call, man. I really appreciate your time. All right, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in,
Appreciate
man.
Good call, man.
Alabama.
And that's what I was saying too, man. I said it. I said it wasn't a robbery, but they did pickpocket the man. You know what I'm saying? They lifted his wallet off of him, because the thing is, it would have been a robbery if it would have been a loss. I think if they had given,
at least he got to keep his belts.
he got to keep his belts.
That would have been real bad.
That would have been real bad, man. If they had given it
controversy and he lost all them belts.
And he lost all his belts. Yeah, so it wasn't a straight robbery. It was they pickpocketed him.
I need to watch it again. I do. I'll be honest. I actually got there late. I was telling Ego before the fight. I actually was at the gym, man, and
that was Canelo's
I ended
best
up
work.
not purposely, but I ended up being late. I got there like in the fourth round.
So you missed
you missed Canelo best work though.
That's what they told me. I came
I'll say this,
I came
though.
up there and I said, who's winning? But they told me, they said it looked like Canelo was winning.
I'll say this though. I haven't watched it again, but I think the third round is when the fight started. The fight kind of broke out a little bit in the third round.
I feel like it was the fourth. Like
the fourth is when it really got on and cracking. But halfway through the third is when it started to heat. You could feel the heat building from it. Okay. And then in the fourth round, it kind of broke open. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it started to cook right there in the third round. And and two judges gave the round to Triple G.
You know what I just found out?
And of course, Bird gave it to.
The judge with the
it's
scorecard?
hard to screen robbery with a fight that's close.
What'd you say, Kirk?
I'll say it's kind of hard to scream robbery for a close fight because it can be interpreted so many different ways, and a lot of times it's a what you look for when around and scoring a fight.
Right.
The difference of style is in the metrics that you're using to judge each round. So I mean, when it's a close fight, even though we feel like another fighter may have won, it's really hard to say, the robbery. I mean, it's a close fight. It can go either way.
Yeah, cause everybody got their own opinion. But
one point I wanted to make about the fight, man, and I've been reading on Facebook and a lot of forums and stuff, and there are some people who still under the impression that Triple G is some type of hype job, that he was just some kind of because he didn't knock him out. I'm like, listen, man, he's fighting two superior fighters. People don't give Danny Jacobs enough credit, I don't believe, and Canelo is a superior fighter. You're not just gonna go in there and knock them cats out, man.
I think some of that has to do with the promotion behind certain fighters.
But if you're promoting a fighter,
you can promote whoever you want to promote. If
Excellent
you promote
point.
him to be the big bad wolf,
the greatest in the last 25 years, top 25.
I won't say that, man. I ain't saying that.
But they did. But ESPN did that.
Who's more avoided to you, Guillermo-Rigondeaux or Lomachenko?
It's a rhetorical question.
Errol Spence or Gennady Golovkin? Who's jumping up 2 weight divisions to fight Errol Spence? But people, Brook, win, lose, or draw, he jumped up 2 weight divisions thinking he could beat the man.
Absolutely.
So I think it's how they promote.
This is the thing with me though, Boxing Eagle.
But HBO is
This is the thing with me though.
Doing that.
Listen, they are. But listen to this though. Whoever is promoting Errol Spence needs to take some lessons because they do.
Though,
because let me tell you, the man is missing on money by him being on the shelf and not being promoted properly.
Well, listen, but it was brilliance on the part of PBC and Al Heyman to put him right after the Olympics.
No, that was
against
good.
Against who was it? Boxing Ego Bundu against Bundu. 6 million people. They are promoting him. They putting him on free TV. They're giving him. Yeah, nobody wants to fight him. That's not his fault.
I'll tell you this. Listen. Put him in front of a whole bunch of. You can put him in front of a few tomato cans too. Give him showcase fights. build that name up, man. I'm just telling you.
This is no shade to Golovkin for me, but when I look at Golovkin, it's no surprise when he stepped up with more skillful guys, the better names on his resume, he had tougher fights. Danny Jacobs beat cancer, lost early in his career, power, got on his bike, he's athletic. That was a tougher fight. Ended that 23 knockout streak. So I think it's deeper than that. Like, he knocked out 23 people, but who was in prime, had momentum, and was like really a world beater at the time Golovkin beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Canelo. Very skilled. That's why he went the distance.
And on top of that, when you think about Gennady Golovkin, we can already think of a couple fighters that would have a very good chance of beating him.
Jamal Charlo.
Jamal Charlo.
Child doing all this hard shit, and he go home with a draw. You know? That's, like, come on, man. This dude had the worst life ever. All he needed to do was just get his win. You know, I thought it was close, but he won.
It comes down to judges being reprimanded and basically, you know, being afraid. I mean, just no different than someone committing a crime. You know, a lot of people, they're afraid to commit a crime because they don't want to go to jail. They don't, you know, I mean, there's nothing you have to worry about, basically. We heard Bob Bennett at the press conference, Boxing Ego. He was just he would say, oh, well, you know, well, she had a whole bunch of great, you know, decisions, you know, so, you know, this one right here is just one, but what about all the great ones? That's like saying, you know, a cop that's been great for years, he accidentally shoot and kill somebody, but what about the other 5 years where he was a great cop? You know, wow. You can't look at things that way. You're talking about people's career.
Listen,
I look at it like this: if they wanted to fix it, they could fix it.
Yeah, of course.
When we're at the press conference, why don't you have her instead of the Nevada State director, Bob Bennett or whatever, having him speak, have her speak, and she can explain it. I got a fun fact too. Do you know that's Robert Bird's wife?
Yes.
Yeah. I did not know that.
I knew
referee.
that.
Yeah, referee Robert Bird.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And Robert Bird is real cool, by the way. Shout out
to
Robert Bird.
Oh yeah, shout out to Robert Bird.
He's a smooth, cool dude, man. And it's funny because I met both of them. Like, I already knew Robert Bird, but then at the weigh-ins, I saw her and I got to meet her, and did I know?
Yeah, I know. Listen,
I know she was about to make
it.
That decision the next day.
At best is incompetence.
Yeah.
At worst is corruption.
I just
said, and I hate that, and that's the two choices you have. What you say, Kirk?
Does anyone know? Is there like a strike system, or do you think that would be a solution to fixing this, like a strike system? If you
like some points or some, because I think she had bad scores with the. Someone told me she had bad scores with the Bernard Hopkins and Kawasaki. Like that's how far it got back.
Yeah, he is actually highlighted that. They said her score was 114-113 for Hopkins over Kawasaki, and then she had 48-47 in favor of Khan when he was stopped by Canelo, which I actually
hold on, that's right though. Those scores ain't wrong.
Those are not controversial.
I mean, to me, as far as I'm concerned, it really don't matter. You know what the person's history is.
Was there was one judge for the Canelo Khan fight that had a shutout for Canelo. That's what I'm saying. That was a setup for another.
Let me tell you, if
BS call. Because Khan was winning some.
I gave Khan the first 4 rounds.
Exactly.
I did too.
And Canelo got his timing about the 5.
Yeah. This is why for those who don't understand what that card means. If you're looking at it from the perspective that it's corruption, what that card means is that's an insurance policy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
So, yeah, just in case.
They had to guarantee
he has at least one judge. And the thing is, if like y'all said earlier, even if he goes down, if he gets a knockdown, that still doesn't hurt him with that judge's scorecard.
But I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. If you score at 115-113 for Canelo, it would still be the same outcome. So why make it so flagrant, so wide that nobody believes it? So it's to me, it's just all around.
Like
weird.
I said, it could be incompetence. Let me tell you, Teddy Atlas went in last night. I don't know if y'all saw Teddy.
Yeah, with Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my God,
man. He do too much.
You think so? I think Stephen A. Smith do too much.
He do too, but he was overshadowed by Teddy. He looked at Teddy was like, I don't know what to say to this guy.
But Stephen, but this is where Stephen is extremely hypocritical.
Yeah.
Because when it came to Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, Why didn't he say then, oh, but it was a great fight. We have to remember it was a great fight, and that's all that matters. And he didn't say it was a great fight. That was the worst robbery ever. But when it come to Canelo versus Golovkin, now all of a sudden, hey, but it was a great fight.
Who was that?
A great fight. I mean, we all know it was a great fight. Talking about Stephen A. Smith. You know, it was a great fight. Yeah. Pacquiao Bradley was a great fight. Pacquiao Jeff Horn was a great fight. But once again,
Kovalev.
Yeah, Ward Kovalev was a great fight. Absolutely, Ego. But once again, we don't hear nobody. Nobody said that, right, E?
Man, we was live at Ward Kovalev 1 and 2, and everybody was like, "Wow, that was a good fight."
Yeah,
that was a good fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I still think Kovalev won.
Yeah,
I didn't.
It don't. It really don't matter now.
Yeah, all that shit go out the window.
That go way out the damn window now.
Get knocked the hell out.
That's Mayweather Castillo. You had your shot. 4 or 5 months later. Came up short.
Absolutely.
But am I the only one that don't want to see a rematch, though?
It's just agenda.
I really don't care.
Nope.
It don't need that.
Hey, Dwayne. Let me let go. Hey, man, but I want to thank you for your call, all right, bro?
Okay.
We going to get to the next one, okay, man?
Thank you.
Of course, man. It was cool. Take care.
All right, take care, man.
Thank you.
Dwayne, I mean, speaking of the rematch.
Yeah.
Now, when I talked to Abel Sanchez, you guys probably heard how Abel was adamant about talking about a rematch. Weeks and weeks before the fight, I kept saying, "What about Charlo? What about Danny?" And he said, "But Dante, we got to remember this. This may be 2-3 times." And I said, "Okay, but what if it's not close?" And he just kept still trying to justify this being 2 fights, 3 fights, et cetera, et cetera. And then Tom Loeffler wasn't even. Did you catch the press conference?
Nah, I didn't see it.
Tom Loeffler didn't even seem that upset. He was like, "Well, you know, at least we still got the belts," which I kind of understand that a little bit.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he said, "Hey, well, we can run it back and whatever." He didn't seem upset about it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, so you say you don't want to see the rematch.
Nah,
why do you say that, Dwayne?
I don't want to see the rematch, and the reason why I don't want to see a rematch because and I know people gonna hate me for making this statement, but it was the same reason I didn't want to see a Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman rematch. Fight was good. Let's not tarnish it right now. Right now, you already gave us something that would not a significant conclusion, especially with them. Now, Sean and Keith, they can come back another year or two. Let's do it.
Right.
You know, but that rematch, I don't want to see it.
Canelo already said he ain't coming back this year.
Yeah.
He's taking the rest of the year off.
He's only going to fight 2 times a year. And that's it.
That's it. That's it for him.
Cinco de Mayo and the Independence Day weekend in September.
Yeah.
That's the only 2. They said that last night.
And Triple G, this is chance he got seen by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's time for you to branch off. You don't need that Canelo name no more. You know how Mayweather never needed a name, so to speak?
But there's no
Canelo need to go there.
I think Triple G should go after Billy Joe Saunders for that last belt.
That's what he's going to do.
Yes,
That's exactly.
Don't wait on Canelo.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait. And I'm like you too, bro. I really don't want to see it. Not right now.
Not right now.
And the thing is, if we don't see it probably in May, we probably won't see it for a long time because the thing is, Triple G is on the decline.
Yeah.
He's 35 years old. I don't
really believe he's on the decline.
That's what I said. I don't think he's on the decline. I don't think he's
not as sharp as he was. He's not as sharp as he was 2 years ago.
How can you say that off one fight though?
In competition,
I think his decline is him stepping up.
In competition,
that's what I'm saying. That's the
translation.
We got to stop saying that. People on the decline because they step up and fight better people. It's not to mean they don't decline.
Thank you.
Why can't it be both?
No.
Because look, okay,
it can't be both.
It can't be both.
No, it's
not in Golovkin's situation. Go ahead.
For everybody else but Golovkin.
No. You have to be getting punished. Wait, when did he take punishment? He hasn't been in any wars. Golovkin's never been in any wars.
The cat been hit, man.
Right.
He has been hit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about he ain't been in no Corrales Castillo type of.
You getting caught in that HBO stuff. You in that HBO stuff. Don't let HBO blind your mind, man.
I've been watching boxing longer than you've been alive. I tell you, man.
This the IBO champion, though, man.
And I'm over 35.
I got you.
So, let me tell you.
Dante, I got one for you.
Okay. This
is the reverse of what we're talking about. When is the last time Floyd Mayweather got a stoppage, aside from his most recent fight?
The last time
it
was Victor Ortiz.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Then he fought an MMA fighter who couldn't really compete. He knocked him out because his competition.
He
was fighting Pacquiao.
Give me some.
And Canelo's
Absolutely.
and his competition was up
Yeah.
here. So when he fights at MMA,
You put Triple G.
No, man.
Watch this.
No.
Put Triple in the ring with Billy Joe and watch you stop him.
yeah,
Then you can be like, ooh, he's phenomenal.
Adama rematch. And then you be like, God damn, that boy brought it back. They said that with Pacquiao, though, when Pacquiao fought Bradley the third time.
Yeah.
Before that, they said he was done.
He was done.
I can assure you it's a level.
The level
That's
of
not what I'm saying.
The level
I
of
know what you're
competition.
saying. I get what you're saying,
Let me
but
tell
I
you
just
this.
feel like a level of competition.
So what you're saying is 2 years ago, that Canelo Triple G would have same way.
I do.
Yeah,
I think so.
Seriously,
it went
I
the same
think
way.
so.
no.
Triple G.
Hell no.
How long ago was Lemieux?
Hell no.
How long ago was Lemieux?
About 2-3 years ago.
Triple G.
That's how he
If
won
he
the
didn't-
Lemieux fight with the jab, just like that. He fought Lemieux the exact same
He
way.
would have stopped Canelo the same
Not
way.
if he would.
Not
If he didn't go to the body.
Okay.
Look at all his other fights. He
Good
went
point.
to the body.
Good
You done
point,
brought
Dwayne.
up a point. You done brought up the point why he didn't go to the body because
Matthew
it was a
Macklin.
better competition would have caught him for going to the body. If he went to the body,
Exactly.
he could have stopped Canelo,
me
but
tell
he
you.
couldn't because it was the level of
And he
competition.
didn't want to
Thank
get
you.
counted.
So you actually
didn't wanna get
corrected me.
countered.
You actually corrected a body puncher because I was thinking in my head, I was like, man, why he ain't going to the body? Why he ain't going to the body? But you're right.
So I
You're
do know
right.
something about boxing.
Okay.
So you ain't gonna say I don't know shit about boxing.
Ain't nobody said you didn't know
I
nothing
know,
about
but I'm
boxing.
just tripping.
But you know,
Okay, a couple years ago, Golovkin fought Gregors Praska. He fought Gabe Rosado, who was a 54-pounder at the time. Ashita, who was a 54-pounder, whose claim to fame was James Kirkland.
Yeah.
If he fought that level of competition, let's say they had the star power right now. If he fought a Gregors Praska, he would look like he did in the Gregors Praska fight. But Canelo
Absolutely.
ain't Gregors Praska.
Absolutely.
If you put
Yeah.
James Kirkland, move him from 54, like they did Rosado,
Yes.
move him to 60,
Yeah.
Golovkin's going to punish.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll give you an
Canelo
example.
is more
I'll give you an
skilled.
example. I'll give you
wait,
an
let
example.
let Kirkland chime in just real quick. Kirk, once again, man, what do you think about what we talking about? Gennady Golovkin, fading, being past his prime, and et cetera, et cetera. What do you think about it?
I don't think he's past his prime because, like everyone said, he started when he was 24 as a professional,
Yeah.
and his run up until Kell Brook and Jacobs and Canelo, he's gone against a lot of cupcakes. No disrespect, but
Yeah.
he's not really fought in any wars.
He preserved his pro career.
Yeah.
Name someone before Kell Brook that really backed up Golovkin, really gave him an in the trenches fight with and have momentum in their careers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
It was
about
no-
that.
I'll tell you this, man.
It's about that momentum in their careers too. Because if you bring somebody in the ring that don't have no momentum coming off a loss, and usually them guys were coming off losses or real debatable fight.
Willie Monroe,
that's
Willie
not.
Monroe's coming off a Brian
Let me-
Vera
let me-
split decision.
I put it like this. Okay, because there is a double standard too.
Yeah.
Because and I will say this: there is I'm not a fan of Golovkin. I just like what I see.
This has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with being a fan of anybody.
So listen. This is the point I want to make. Because the thing is, I know HBO hypes him up.
Yes.
I know they hyped up the Backstreet Boys. You know what I'm saying? After New Edition left, I know what they were doing. I understand that. But I wanted everybody to understand that I saw something in this guy that I said, "Hey, man, this cat can really fight." But the thing is, you can't have it. It's two sides to the same coin. He's being hyped up, but he also can fight. But this is one thing I want everybody to understand. When it's same with Keith Thurman. One time, I joke now and I call him sometimes because he ain't knocked nobody out because his level of competition has stepped up.
And he don't
it happens with a lot of fighters.
Pacquiao ain't had a knockout in 9
It
years.
happens.
Shout out to Keith Thurman too. He don't get the credit he deserves. He should be in he should be in the top pound for pound. He's the number one welterweight in the most in the hardest division, the welterweight division.
I would say this,
and people don't even have him in their top 5. Like Teddy didn't even respect them at all.
Hey,
like,
but the reason.
Let me get back to this one point.
We're gonna take a call in a minute, guys. We appreciate you guys holding.
It happens with all fighters. It's just with him now that he's 35. Let me tell you, and then he may be still in good form, but I don't know of many people who at age 35 are as good as they were at age 30. Athletically, strength wise, stamina wise, I can tell you that the man was probably better.
Gennady Golovkin didn't step up in competition until he was like 34, 35.
I understand that. So what I'm saying It is a combination of both. It is a combination of him stepping up in competition.
But what have you physically seen different?
Yeah, I didn't see nothing.
Dwayne, that's what
let me tell you.
Go ahead, E.
He's not the hunger. I don't see the hunger.
No.
I don't.
You can't just go off of that, though.
I can't. I don't.
Golovkin has always been a safety first fighter, though.
I don't see the.
Well, okay, where was the hunger in the Lemieux fight? Where was the hunger in the Lemieux fight?
He hated Lemieux.
But why didn't he go after him like he hated him then? That was his first opportunity. Pay-per-view.
On who?
You exposed Golovkin. You said
he
that,
crushed Lemieux.
but it was a jab fest though.
He beat that man to the body like he stole
but
something.
He boxed him, and even the fans said, "Well, that's how you supposed to fight somebody with power. You're not supposed to go in there and go toe to toe with him." You remember Ego? You remember the comments, right? They was defending him.
Man, I remember you did a post. You did a post.
Y'all making the man.
And you said,
the man is human, but y'all act like okay. Okay. I bet he won't beat Voltron. You know what I mean? Y'all look like
Voltron.
Y'all pulling out all kind of.
Hold on.
No, what I'm saying is y'all got.
We're not asking him to move up in weight.
Unreasonable expectations
against Charlo. That's unreasonable.
No, that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable.
Laura is unreasonable.
Who's that?
Laura, Andre Ward. Those are unreasonable opponents.
No, they're not. But what I'm saying is, y'all act like
my man Ego talk, baby.
Go ahead, yeah. We'll take a call in a minute. Go ahead, E.
Go ahead, E. All that. Listen, the reason that I strongly believe it's the echelon of competition is because you can look at the reverse of it and see it. Danny Garcia. Put Rod Salka in there, he's knocking him out.
Yes.
Put Lucas Matisse in, it's a tough fight. Put him in there with Samuel Vargas, he knocks him out. Put him in there with Lamont Peterson, a guy who's been in there with Victor Ortiz, been in there with Matisse, got knocked out, has a good resume. Lamont Peterson almost stopped Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman hurt Danny Garcia in the first round. It's the echelon of competition.
Absolutely.
And the other thing with Golovkin,
and that is a fact.
The other thing with Golovkin, you can't say he regressed. He was fighting like the fucking Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
He was walking through some heavy shots.
Yeah.
But the difference is, and I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say I'm a magician for little kids, ages 3 to 5. The magic tricks that I do for those kids might impress them. But if I get to a different age group of kids, like teenagers, they might not be surprised by that. Like the same magic trick.
The same trick.
The same trick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it was when you get there with a better fighter. What Golovkin would do to like a guy he didn't respect their power, Willie Monroe or something, that's not necessarily going to work with the Canelo because you respect his power, you respect his ring IQ, and you spar with him. He knows you a bit. So to me, that's what I think it is. The same magic tricks that have always worked for Golovkin don't necessarily work for better competition. Like Danny Jacobs. Same thing with Kovalev Ward. If you look at all these fights, Kovalev hit you, they stay down or get knocked out a short time.
Yeah.
Dre got the mentality of a pit bull, and he's like, he was on all fours, got knocked down. The difference is he got back and went to war. He brought it to Kovalev, the bully. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's what it is.
And going back to what you said and what Milton just said, if we look at the contrast, we ain't talking about he needs to fight Voltron, he needs to fight King Kong. Just compare him to all the other great fighters that look good right now. Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward moving up in weight and beating Sergey Kovalev, how he did it in impressive fashion. Terrence Crawford, they said that he was ducking Victor Postal. He steps up in competition. Victor Postal, dominant performance. He didn't struggle. He didn't look flawed. We're not saying, oh man, after that performance, I could see at least 3 people, possibly beating Terrence Crawford. Golovkin is the only fighter that when you see him perform, step up in competition, he's barely getting by, and you can see other guys beating him. And not only that, but look at contrast once again. Look at how Ward had a close fight with Kovalev, came back and ran it back. He ran it right back. Golovkin didn't come back and run back a Danny Jacobs fight. I mean, so we're not comparing him. We're not asking him to do something that no one else is doing. We're asking him to do the same thing that Ward,
I'm not saying what you said.
Guillermo Rigo.
No.
Listen, Rigo moved up 2 weight classes.
Another example is this: Anthony Joshua. I think he's 19-0. Shout out to the UK. 19-0, all knockouts. But that Klitschko knockout, he had to work for that one. Because Klitschko got hurt and came back the next round, hurt him. But when he's fighting Eric Molina, Dominic Brazil, you know what I mean? Guys who don't have the same. Klitschko's deep. Klitschko got like 65 fights, 6'6".
And them guys like that gonna get better sparring. They gonna get I go back to my career. Like when I start fighting these guys like William Gonzalez and Jose and these guys that got experience and got fights. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, I fought journeymen. You know what I'm saying? They were journeymen. Like even when my first pro fight, they was like, "Oh, you stupid for fighting Jesus. Like he actually can go. Like you shouldn't take a fight like that. You should fight a bum." I said, "Nah, I want to fight him. He a journeyman. He said he can fight. Let's do it." I knocked him out first round. Then I took on another journeyman, knocked him out first round. Right? So I was like, "Sure, I'm knocking these journeymans out." You know what I mean? I'm shocking people, saying like these guys go distances with top fighters, and I'm knocking them out. But when I started fighting more top fighters, I had to start changing up. I had to hit them, but they didn't just lay down. You know, I had to put a little something extra up on them. And that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, when you start going against somebody that looks at you, and I go back to the weigh-ins. When I look at the weigh-ins, I always go back and say to what my coach is. Like when I looked at my journeymans, I looked in their eyes, I saw it. I said, "Man, this ain't an animal." I'm looking at the dude. He gonna fight me, but he ain't no animal. You know what I mean? I'm good. But some of them fights, when I had to look at William Gonzalez in the eye, William Gonzalez looked at me like, "Man, I done been to Japan and back. What you can do to me?" You get what I'm saying? You can see it in their face. It's a different
breed.
Animal. It's a different breed.
No, but this is.
And y'all looking at his highlights. Y'all looking at Dwayne's highlights as he's talking right now, guys.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at the guys like that.
I understand exactly where you're coming from. But my point is, I don't get caught up in the hype. I look at every fighter on his own merit. I saw some things in Triple G that I say, "Hey, man, this guy would be difficult to beat at middleweight." I don't think if he moves up to 170, 174, I definitely don't think he'll be as effective. Because, I mean, there are cats that...
Golovkin?
Golovkin.
No, he don't need it.
No.
Honestly, I don't even...
168 you mean? You mean 168?
168. I mean 168. My bad.
I'll be honest
if
with
he
you.
moves up to 168,
I think there's
he won't be as effective.
I think there's 168 fighters that's faster than him.
They are faster.
Oh, yeah. I think they
can hit just as hard.
And I think they faster and stronger. He needs to stay at 160 for the rest of his career.
That's what I said. I said he is the best middleweight in the world. I don't get caught up in the whole hype.
But I don't feel like he's the best middleweight in the world.
I don't. I think Charlo beats everybody at middleweight. To be honest with you,
that would be a good scrap.
And those are highlights for anybody just tuning in. Those were highlights you were just watching of my man IBO super flyweight champion Dwayne Beaman, who's in the building right now.
Speaking of that, man, can we talk about how these super flyweights ain't trying to fight Dwayne
Beaman
though?
They don't want to smoke. That's what I wanted you to get on, man.
Can I get some? Can I get some of that though? Hey. I need some of these super flyweights that's.
Your division popping right now too.
Yeah, my division is super popping. So shout out to Roman Gonzalez because I always pay homage. Shout out to Roman Gonzalez for making my division better. You know, because even when I came out here, they was answering me before the promoters was coming at me like, "Yo, won't you move up to 26 or won't you move up?" They was asking me to move up in weight class, but since Roman Gonzalez did his thing, they like, "Oh, stay at 15." You know what I mean? Because the spotlight is back on the super flyweights, and give this American a shot, man.
You might be Roman's comeback opponent, man.
Yeah. Hey,
they may, be like
that'll be dumb. That'll be dumb. That'll be dumb on his part. He better go fight Brian Valori or something. Be dumb on his part. He come back right here.
There's a published article he talk about retiring. So if you having them thoughts, you ain't.
He ain't trying to get in there with no animal.
No, he know better than that. Hey, let's go ahead and take another call. Once again, guys, if the stream is freezing up, when we run it back, we're gonna re-upload it, and you guys will get the smooth version on the channel later on. So let's go ahead and take another call. I appreciate you guys patiently waiting on hold right now. Man, we got I think this is Bay. We got 516. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up? My name's Adam. I'm calling from Virginia Beach.
Okay, I was off. Okay, Virginia Beach. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
VA.
What's up? I was thinking about a new judging criteria, and I was thinking like we need to start using technology to judge fights. And what my idea was, I think that the judges inside of the soundproof booth, and they should watch it on the screen. And as they watch it on the screen, instead of them watching a 3-minute round like us, because we watch a 3-minute round and then we see what the corner doing for a minute. Instead of them watching a 3-minute round, they'll be watching a slowed down 4-minute version of the same round, so that it at least gives them a little bit of a better opportunity of seeing who landed the cleaner punches. Outside of that, it won't take too much longer for them to see for the judges to tally the scores. Only going to take an extra minute because in the 12th round they'll be watching a 4-minute round instead of the 3-minute round that we watch. So I think them being able to see it like a slower version, and then taking out them being able to hear the crowd, because the more, not even just the more marketable fighter, but the more the fighter that's closer to being like around the home crowd or the home crowd fighter, people going to cheer for them when they land a punch. But that was just my opinion as far as what the judges
let me ask you this,
because it's kind of getting crazy. Every fight, every close fight, you got people mad. And in my opinion, I've seen the fight twice. I think Canelo won. Like, I really do think. I'm not gonna say he won. That's kind of too strong of a statement. I think it was at least a draw. But regardless, a close fight, especially with people's careers on the line, they need to start using technology to get it right.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that'll lose some of the element of the sport? Because I'll be honest with you, as a boxer, I wouldn't want nobody that's not there ringside judging the fight.
And my thing is
that don't stop bribes either. I mean,
that don't stop bribes. That's probably increased the bribes a little bit more.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds good until they start reprogramming the machines and working on the self checkouts.
And stuff.
And being held accountable. That's the best thing.
But it's gonna take some of what he's doing though, is the box on how you can improve it. But one of the things I had always wanted to do was put the judges on a platform or something.
Just give boxing,
raise them up to the ring platform level, so that they are seeing.
Well, if boxing had a governing body,
that would help.
That's what I'm saying. That's the solution. Everybody want to do this, that. No, man. If they had a governing body, then people would. Like they know there's a fine. Like, she will get fined for a stupid call like that.
Here's how I know.
So her bribe, whatever she got for it, she wouldn't.
Here's how I know they don't want to fix it. This is how I know they conclusively don't want to fix it. Because you have people like Antonio Margarito, who had loaded raps, got busted, still fought, and then he got a Pacquiao money fight after a suspension. You know what I mean? Povetkin got busted twice the same year for PEDs, different things, fought the same day. And these guys still can fight again. So, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with PEDs. If they wanted to fix it, they would give you a lifetime ban. They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just like the judges.
Absolutely.
They don't give you a lifetime ban because like a strike system or anything.
Yeah. They have nothing to worry. Like if we go out and go rob a bank right now together, and then all of a sudden we get caught, and they let us go, and they be like, okay, well, they didn't take over $1 million.
I'm back in Bank of America the next day.
The next day. We're like, we're doing this all the time.
We got caught this time, but look, we can learn from our mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Levi Martinez had the 117-111 Lada card. I covered a fight like 2 weeks later. He was there with a Starbucks at the next fight.
Chilling. Like,
they don't have to worry.
They don't have to worry.
There's no fear factor.
She can get up there and apologize, and she a female, so I mean, she can do the whole little heartfelt thing, but she don't care.
No, they don't.
She chilling.
No. And see, the other thing is when there's controversial scorecard, Jeff Horn, whatever fight. Is their pay ever affected?
No.
They still get the paycheck, right?
No.
Yeah. So like
I said, Bob Bennett, the Las Vegas National Nevada State Athletic Commission. He basically was defending. He was defending her.
So back to the call, my man. Yo, you good? I understand what you're saying, though.
Dante, what happens if you don't upload a video for 2 months?
You don't get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get paid.
So if they really wanted to fix the problem, they could do that.
Take
with the
away.
judges. Like this is a real problem. Millions of people, you know what I'm saying? But they don't do that stuff.
All right, thank you for your call, though, bro. I really appreciate it. You opened up a whole lot more dialogue, man.
Keep the suggestions coming. Maybe they'll use something.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
One thing I wanted to get to right quick was
we'll take another call in about 1 minute, guys. Go ahead, Milt.
Yeah, Ego alluded to it a minute ago. Shout out to the UK. Because other than the Billy Joe Saunders fight, they had Anthony Yard and Daniel Dubois on.
Congratulations congratulations to Anthony Yard. Got a vicious knockout out there on that undercard.
Daniel Dubois was even more vicious. My God, man, this cat is he's young. He's coming. It's only his 5th or 6th fight. I can't remember, but man, this cat got heavy hands. and he is technically sound.
Yeah.
He dropped. I think it was over within 48 seconds of the first round.
They say he knocked down Anthony Joshua in sparring. Or
You
knocked
talking
him out
about
or something.
Yard?
No, Dubois.
Dubois. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Daniel Dubois.
Okay.
This kid, man, is special.
He's a beast.
He is a beast.
Oh, snap.
Speaking of heavyweight,
you just reminded me.
But Anthony Yard whooped this dude's ass for 3 rounds, and it wasn't even competitive. He got to get it. I don't know if the UK has light heavyweights that are going to challenge him, man. And he probably gonna have to. It's time for him to step up.
I always thought he was a cruiserweight because he's so big.
He is big, man. He big.
I keep forgetting he's light heavy.
Yeah, he is so. He's gifted, man.
Super swole, man.
Gifted. I mean. I'm not saying he like Roy Jones Jr. Don't get me wrong, but he shows flashes of Roy.
He does.
He shows flashes,
and that's,
man.
He said that's one of his favorite fighters.
Extremely athletic, extremely fast for that size, and extremely powerful. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't know Anthony Yard, and everybody talking about what division is the hottest. To me, the light heavyweight division is the hottest division in boxing.
Well, it's one of them. I mean, we have so many right now.
Man. Welterweight. I put it like this: welterweight is hot, but it's top heavy. There are only maybe 4, 5 if TC move up.
Well, that's the same thing. You can say the same thing with the light heavyweight.
Wait a minute. I can name you some light heavies. Let me tell you. First, there's SOG. Then there's Badu Jack. Then there's who he's just getting ready to fight. Then there's
but those are more
Better Biev and
Better Biev,
but they ain't fought
Superman.
Yeah, but
there's people who have resumes.
Yeah,
no,
you naming kind of B class fighters.
Yeah,
no, man.
They haven't stepped to the next level yet.
Man,
we can't call. I put like this. One thing we do.
Well, who at welterweight is on that next
Errol
tier?
Spence, Keith Thurman, 2 belts, Pacquiao,
Sean
Porter,
Terrence Crawford about to move up.
It's a bunch.
That's it.
Garcia. I mean, Amir Khan. Amir Khan can still
man.
Yeah.
Amir Khan can still beat Lamar Peterson. Them
yeah.
Man.
Them Broner maybe kind of. I'm not saying they beat.
Say but you got to say Mikey Garcia. He's bound to say
Mikey need to go back down. Yeah. He need to go back down to 140. He cannot compete with anybody else at 47.
We don't know that.
I know
we
that.
Can't speak on that.
Let me tell you, he's not going to beat Thurman.
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Right.
But we can't say that.
We can't say that about Anthony Yard yet. You know what
I
mean?
Yeah, we can't.
Let me tell you, man.
Or Bivol. We don't know because they haven't.
We would jump on and sparring is sparring.
Yeah, Bivol.
That's not under them lights. That's a totally different thing.
I understand. Let me tell you, man. There are only
and Shabransky used to be considered a big prospect. You know what I mean? And look at what happened to him. That's why we don't really know until they step up in competition.
But I agree with you.
I'm not saying now. I'm not comparing them to Yard or nothing like that.
No,
because Yard is a beast.
The reason why I say it's the hottest is because once you get past maybe the four big heads at welterweight, I'm telling you, man, it's a huge drop off. But I see a lot of even competition at 175 right about now, man.
Okay,
I see a lot of even competition.
No doubt about it. It's definitely one of the deepest
I think all
divisions. No doubt
about that. But the way
boxing
is going, all the divisions are like really having a lot of good fights.
Yeah, even heavyweight.
Like,
I mean, you got Wild.
Heavyweight is stacked. Heavyweight is stacked.
Joshua, like you said, Daniel Dubois.
The featherweight division is stacked.
The featherweight
Dubois ain't quite there yet.
The only division I really don't see nobody that I can remember is lightweight. I don't.
Robert Easter, Jorge Lanata.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Mikey Garcia, maybe.
Yeah. We don't know where Mikey falls.
Robert Easter,
Devin Haney.
But Robert Easter.
Devin Haney. Yeah, he's at lightweight.
Yeah.
Devin Haney called out Robert Easter.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, he called out Robert Easter, man.
Who's
Devin Haney?
Devin
Haney.
Yeah.
I agree with.
I tell you one thing: the featherweights. That's a good division, but none of them fighting each other.
Gary Russell, Joe.
But they're not fighting each other.
Let me tell you.
Hey, listen. Did you hear JoJo call out Gary Russell last night? Though
He had to.
I didn't hear him.
He demanded now.
He's the mandatory.
But listen, though, I was like, man, JoJo Diaz. Oh man, that's great.
That
he won.
would be a good fight.
He won. But what's the prize? You get to fight
Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, man.
But I think he can win that fight.
You think you can think? I mean, it's a competitive fight, but I picked Gary to win that one, though.
But
I'm just saying, like, it's like
Gary Russell all day.
I like Gary Russell, but like, dude, he don't fight. He ain't fought nobody, man.
He don't fight enough.
No, he don't fight enough, and he hasn't really fought nobody.
He don't fight enough.
But when he did fight somebody, Lomachenko.
But that Johnny Gonzalez performance, that was impressive, though. I mean, that was real impressive. The way he knocked him out like
like his TBA opponents.
Yeah,
you know,
I know, but Johnny
out.
Gonzalez was after Johnny Gonzalez already been.
That was after Johnny had just knocked out Abner Mares, though.
Yeah.
So that was a good win. I mean, but JoJo Diaz, he has boxing pedigree, you know, and so that's a different. That's a different story.
Man. I just think
it is a different story.
Yeah, it's a different story, man.
Yeah. So
I told you, man, I'm not that king on fighters that got their record built up by like fighting anybody. I just never been a fan of that. Like,
but I would say this though. I'll say this, and I think you're judging it from your career. But the thing is, I think because and I know, but this is the thing. You started a little bit late.
Yeah,
and I think. You that guy that showed up late to the party, and you trying to catch up with everybody else that's drunk.
But I also,
you taking 4
But
5,
I also showed
4 5 shots.
I'm also that person that showed up late to the party. Hell, I see how y'all doing it, and I see how y'all losing when y'all get to the top side. And I'm gonna change it up. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste the fans' times. I don't want to waste nobody's time.
Most people are not starting at that late in life, and so when they're starting at 21, 22 years old.
I started when I was 20. Like I was 27. Okay. So
see, that's what I'm saying.
When you turn pro,
and then when you got somebody that's 18, you putting them in there with that's 5 and 40. You know what I'm saying? You putting them in there with
it depends on what fighter. Errol Spence, he has some real good opponents that he fought when he was like 3-0.
When I saw that cat fight at 4 fights, I knew he was going to be a world champion.
And let's be honest with Danny Garcia. Like even though he cherry picked a little at the end, if you look at Danny Garcia, he actually fought better competition than a lot of these guys in the begining
But Danny's a tweener. Him,
but
Broner, they in between weight classes, man, and they can't find a comfortable for him because they can't make 140 no more comfortably. They're not big enough to move up to 147. Devin Alexander was another example of it. You know what I mean?
But that comes from fighting smaller guys a lot too. Like it's
they were smaller guys though. You know what I'm saying?
Let's take another call, guys. Let's take another call. We almost about to wrap it up. Let's see how long we've been in. We've been we had 2 hours almost now.
No, we're not.
Let me see. I need to look at the time. All right, we got 347. What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, man? We are only an hour 16 minutes in. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hello. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. 347. You there?
He got that old school.
What's going on?
Oh, there you go. All right. What's good with you, man? What's on your mind? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Escobar. I want to give you guys a big shout out, Ego. I follow you on YouTube, and Dante, you guys are doing a great job, new media thing.
Appreciate
Thank you so much. I appreciate the boxing fan. I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, so let me get into the fight real quick. I was actually pretty impressed by Triple G. I didn't think he's faced top-level quality opponents until he faced Daniel Jacobs. I did think that he won the fight. I think it was closer than what they were saying it was going to be. But talking about this right now is like beating a dead horse. What I really wanted to talk to you guys was about the comments that Roy Jones Jr. made about Loma versus Rigo, the Olympians, and if one of them wins, they will be at the top pound-for-pound list. And I know you guys don't like talking about the pound-for-pound, but I do think it's relevant because this year in boxing is just that pound-for-pound list is crazy right now.
I don't mind talking about the pound-for-pound list.
Matter of fact, we love it.
But I don't agree with that. If Roy Jones said that, I don't agree with that. I don't think the winner is a pound-for-pound top. I don't.
I mean, I wouldn't say number one. Like the way I look at it, once again, resume,
I don't even
skill.
put him in the top 5.
Oh, you wouldn't put him in the top 5?
I wouldn't.
Rigo and Loma?
Nope.
Now, see, I would have to disagree with you on that one right there, Dwayne. No, but
man.
Like, I mean, look, when you beat, this is how I look at it. When you beat, because this is what we all talking about. We all talking about who is pound for pound. So when you beat someone on the pound for pound list,
but neither one of them are on the pound for pound
list.
Neither one.
You don't have Rigo on the pound for pound list?
No, I don't.
Oh man, I thought.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put.
You remember when he beat Donaire? Donaire was considered number 3 when
and that's when he was up there.
But
he's not up there no more. I'm sorry.
Well, who do you have?
I can't sit there and put somebody them pound for pound list that has a fight and one round he only throws 6 punches. I'm sorry.
He's breaking jaws though.
But yeah, but think about that though. But seriously,
Against
let's say he only
he's
threw
fighting
3 punches.
guys that you ain't never heard of.
That's because people don't want to fight.
Nobody
him.
wants to fight
true.
him.
That's not
Nobody
true.
wants to fight him.
That's not true.
Quick, Frampton.
Leo Santa Cruz.
That's not true.
Frampton,
People want to fight him,
Abner
but they
Mares.
also the people want to fight him, but they also want to get paid to fight him.
But
And
they
he
didn't
don't
even
bring-
use that as an excuse, though, Dwayne. They didn't
Yeah,
even
they
use
do.
that as an excuse.
I heard Leo Santa Cruz use that as an excuse.
No,
Leo said he wanted $3 million.
Leo Santa Cruz. We don't like his style.
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. They don't like his style. They know he ain't gonna bring no money. That's what I'm saying. Like Rigondeaux ain't gonna bring you no money, so why take a risk?
Lomachenko's doing it.
Donaire got his biggest check against Rigo. Donaire got his biggest check against
And
Rigo.
Lomachenko is gonna bring money. The reason why, because all of us are saying we want to see it.
But that's
like nobody's yelling for Cruz versus Rigondeaux. Nobody yelling.
huge,
Nobody
bro.
yelling.
Dwayne, that would have been huge, bro. That would have been huge, though.
Man.
Leo,
I'm sorry. Get back to the cut. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's all good.
The phone call. My bad.
No, this is what we do. This is what we do, man.
But I don't think neither one of them.
Who do you have in your top
I was
three?
about to say that.
Yeah, who do you have in your top three?
Top three
Top
is
5. I want to.
Yeah.
all right. Terrence Crawford is number 1, and then I gotta go with Andre Ward, even though I don't want to, but Andre Ward, I just don't. I like Andre Ward. Andre Ward deserves to be up there. I just don't like his style. Like, I just don't. And then I got to go with, dang, I can't say my favorite fighters, but then I got to go with Keith Thurman.
At number 3?
At number 3. I actually want to put Keith Thurman over Andre Ward because of the inactivity.
You know you can't do that, Dwayne.
I know
you can't do that.
I know I don't. I can't.
Yeah, what do you mean, Keith Thurman?
But why do they talk about Keith Thurman so bad? Like, he deserved to be.
Nobody talking bad about him. I just think that pressure of Errol Spence calling him out. It just I mean, I don't think that's anything bad. It's just Errol been calling him out since he was a prospect.
That's a good fight.
And now he wants to fight him, but I don't think no one has been talking bad about Keith Thurman though. And people just saying when you gonna fight the boy, and now I mean the fact that Keith Thurman, soon as Danny Garcia got a belt, Keith Thurman said, "I'm ready, I want you." And then when Errol Spence got the belt, he like, well, that fight is gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying anything bad about Thurman.
Yeah.
It's just we know what time it is when it comes to Errol Spence, man.
Like, it's just. I don't know.
Who you picking that fight? Spence Thurman.
Oh, I got.
Go ahead and give me a headline. We might have to make this a setup.
I actually going with Thurman though.
You going with Thurman?
I'm going.
You
with
just
Thurman.
you just gave
because
me a headline for a
the
video.
reason why I go with Thurman because Thurman shows like adjustments. You know what I mean? Like he really showed adjustments.
You don't think Errol shows adjustments?
In that Kell Brook fight.
Yeah, he was losing.
Because he was losing the first half.
No, but I just think Kell Brook deviated from what he was doing. Why? Because he was getting fatigued. Why? He was trying to load up with every shot. He deviated from what he was doing. He was winning the fight. I think we forget that. He was winning against Errol Spence.
You don't think that pressure got to him?
Oh, the pressure hit him.
Because remember,
did he deviate or change up the pressure?
Well,
he didn't.
Hey, I was gonna say, did Errol make him change?
And that's what I said. They could have been, but I still
think
feel,
the power and the pressure made him change.
I still felt like the fatigue kicked in.
But if he was fighting Chris Algieri, he wouldn't have fatigued like that.
Yeah.
Fighting Errol Spence, who's
yes.
Or the mandatories. I can't even remember their names now. Jojo Dan.
Yeah.
Jojo Dan. Yeah,
he was fatiguing them.
But I just think Keith Thurman keeps showing us different elements to his game, and Errol Spence ain't showed me that element. Why? Because he hasn't went against top level, but just Keith Brook.
But when Thurman was on the ropes with Sean Porter, man, I was a little concerned because he had that high guard like that, and Sean Porter was ripping them body shots, and we know Errol Spence is vicious when it comes to body shots.
But the point is, Sean is a different kind of animal when it comes to pressure.
But what about Collazo? Collazo had him worse.
Yeah, Collazo hurt him bad with that straight to the body.
He's a good fighter. He's a southpaw.
But let's not get it twisted. Collazo can punch.
Collazo's a good. You don't think Errol can punch?
No, I'm not saying he can't. But I'm just saying, like anybody can get a good shot off. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
Errol get a couple of them.
I think Deontay Wilder is one of the people that is a key example of he gonna get a good shot off. But he don't have the best skills.
But that's mainly his right hand, though.
But yeah.
But Errol is hurting you with all kind of different shots, though.
I get it.
He giving you
and I knew we were gonna get on this Errol Spence, and I knew y'all boys love some Errol now. I just listen. But I still feel.
I wouldn't
care if
Errol is a beast. Errol is a beast. But I think Keith Thurman. I think y'all underrating Keith Thurman, and I think Keith Thurman will make adjustments and beat.
I like
Spence.
Keith Thurman. Another reason why I personally would pick Errol, Keith gains a lot of weight in his offseason. He's been fighting one time a year. Errol's still training. Every time I see him at fights, he's in shape and stuff like that. And the body work and all that. I just think that's going to overwhelm.
Yeah, but you got to remember Errol Spence out there wilding in the streets right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just think that one video clip was out there.
Oh, you talking about the little body, little body shot spar?
But that's one little video that's stupid. So if you see him doing stupid stuff like that, imagine all the other stupid stuff he may be doing.
Keith Thurman, they got a video of Keith Thurman in the streets too.
Keith Thurman out there doing stupid stuff. Like
he's supposed to be hurt.
They even on the stupid meter then, if that's the case.
What was the caller's question? I forgot.
I don't know. What was your question, man? How did you start all this?
Sorry, man.
You done stirred up all kind of stuff, my man Kevin Escobar, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what you had asked, man. But
about Roy Jones, he was talking about Roy Jones.
Oh, he was talking about Roy Jones. Yeah, he was talking about Roy Jones. Hey, brother. Well, I thank you for your call. We're gonna get to another one. All right, man.
All right, man. My bad, man. We forgot. He sent us down the rabbit hole.
Man.
You know what? I want to go back to Eris Lundy Lara. I want to go back to Lara. Since y'all high on Lara, why hasn't he fought Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade?
The same reason why nobody fought him.
I put it like this. Okay, and then why is it that the last 5 opponents this dude has had have been, Ishe Smith, Yuri Foreman, Martha Rosen, which it was a close fight, and I think he almost lost that fight. I think
Ishe Smith is on the pound for pound list, man.
Oh boy,
I'm joking.
Okay.